So I'm with Tarran Mackenzie, the ex-Kiko racing rider for the Moto2 Championship. Tarran, great to have you with us. What have you learned in your Moto2 season? What a massive news when you came out of British Supersport into Moto2. What's the main skills and tricks of the trade you've learned?
Yeah, it was a big learning process the whole time I was there, but the Moto2 bike was completely different to my Supersport bike, so the tyres, the chassis, there was a lot of things to get up to speed with not a lot of time really. So yeah, the biggest thing for me was how stiff the chassis was, and it took me maybe 2 or 3 rounds to understand that the tyres were a lot harder than I realised. I put them in my practice bike at home, which was an R6, and realised that the R6 was quite hard, felt quite hard with the Dunlop tyres in. So yeah, it was a good experience. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself and my riding, which I can take into next year. And yeah, I wouldn't have done this if I'd just ridden around in Supersport. So yeah, overall it was a good experience.
You regret leaving Supersport with the massive championship lead that you had, and I think it was 6 races you won straight off the back of the start of the season?
Yeah, not really, because especially now, if I might have never have got an opportunity to go race with such a good opportunity as well, with a good team. And no, I think I proved what I could do the year before in my first year in Supersport, and I didn't really have much else to learn. Winning the first 6 races, I felt like I couldn't prove myself much more. So no, definitely not. And yeah, now I know from what I've learned and what I've gained from going there, then it was the right decision.
What are your plans for 2018?
Going back to BSB on an R1, so up to the Superbike class. Didn't really want to go back to Supersport again, didn't feel like I can prove anything more, so yeah, it's another new challenge and another learning process, but I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, really excited.
What's your expectations for your return to British Superbikes?
Every year I set goals, whether it's top 15, top 10, top 5. It's what I did in any class I've ridden in. I did it in Moto2, and I'll be doing it there. So I'd love to say I'd go in and win straight away, but I don't think that's the right frame of mind just yet. So yeah, top 15. If I can score points in my first race, then I'll be over the moon. The class is so tough. I think there's maybe 11 or 12 riders that have finished on the podium and potentially can win races. So saw the calibre of riders that didn't get in the showdown this year. So it's a tough class, and it's not going to be easy at all, but yeah, looking forward to it.
Did you feel that riding on the Grand Prix spec circuits may have given you more confidence, or has that hindered you? Because we see a lot of riders coming out of Grand Prix using world circuits, and it doesn't work in Britain.
Yeah, I know the tracks really well in the UK, and I've done many years on them, so I don't think it will be an issue going back. I've ridden at some tracks on my practice bike from when I was in GPs to coming back. I rode at Knock Hill, and it was just like going back home really, so it wasn't an issue. The only issue might be riding a bigger bike, a faster bike, ran the UK tracks, but there's no reason why I can't do a good job.
And will you be back in the Grand Prix paddock soon? Do you aspire to get back into Grand Prix or maybe World Superbikes?
Yeah, the idea of any bike racer, I think, is to eventually get to World Championship. So it was perfect going to do Moto2, learning tracks if I go back in the future. I'd love to go back to that paddock. It's an amazing paddock, and the MotoGP paddock, that's what every rider aspires to, I guess. So yeah, maybe one day.
Tarran, thank you and all the best for 2008.
Cheers, thank you.